4:06.
Yeah.
Saturday. Oops, there. Saturday, July 24th.
Okay.
So it's been kind of a long day.
Yeah.
Went down to the Corpus Christi bayfront and saw the sunrise over the bay and the Gulf of Mexico. And I think we got some footage of the Coliseum wrecked. And then we went to the airport, and Jordan and I took a ride all around the Corpus Christi area, North Padre Island, and the Gulf of Mexico between North Padre and Port Aransas, right?
Uh-huh.
And we went to the wind farms and saw the giant turbines right next to the oil refineries. So I always love that dichotomy of when you're driving down I-37, you see these giant refineries that look like Gotham cities with little twinkling lights and smokestacks. And
Yeah, I always thought they looked like Emerald City minus the emerald.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you see these like giant turbines spinning in the back, offering you a glimmer of hope. So it was really
Glimpse
cool.
of the future.
Yeah, it was cool to see it from the air.
Mm-hmm. And then well, we had lunch, and then we
But before
went to the tea room, right?
But before, did you notice when we went over the refinery how stinky it was?
No, I didn't.
It was totally stinky.
Huh.
It smelled of
Asphalt.
I don't know, just something chemical.
I didn't
and
catch it.
yeah, it was interesting. And I thought that like the wind farms outside of San Francisco are all very they're all lined up in rows. I think that's what I remember. But here in South Texas, they were like randomly. It was like there was like one on this guy's farm and then one over here. They're all in the same area, but they were not in a line or anything. I don't know. Farm. I just think rows of something. Rows of turbines.
They just have to deal with different owners or something.
And the oil rigs on the Gulf were interesting, and those are there was that one that we went to that we saw from the air that had three together.
Oh.
And I just thought it was interesting because it looked like three. Each one had its own Eiffel Tower. So anyway. And then saw what looked like an oil slick in our Gulf, which is unfortunate. They say it's not going to come here, or some people have said it's not going to come here, but I just can't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same body of water. It's gonna. You put a drop of bleach in a tiny drop of bleach in a big vat of water, and it's gonna eventually at some point it's gonna permeate every bit of it. You can't avoid it. So. I don't know.
Looks like it's already there.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
And if not now, I mean, that storm that's heading straight for Louisiana is bound to mix it up.
Is that storm still there today?
Last I saw
it was yesterday.
Like last night it was just off the Gulf Coast of Florida heading toward Louisiana.
Is that the rain that we got yesterday? Some of that? Like bands? Well, so yours going to San Diego, California, and we're gonna go travel the world. So it seems, do you feel on some level that maybe you're being sort of called to move out of this area? Or is that just too,
metaphysical? I wish I could say I felt I was being called anywhere or to do anything, but I could say that it feels right, or staying here feels wrong.
Staying here feels wrong?
Yeah, staying here just doesn't seem like a good, healthy thing for my mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. So hopefully that San Diego or will either be more beneficial that way or will show me the way to someplace where I will find that growth or well-being.
I don't want to put my ideas in your head, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So, you don't feel like that maybe when you hear like, okay, now the Gulf of Mexico is a big mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does part of you feel like, well, I mean, you don't. It doesn't make it. It doesn't change the fact that it's damaged the environment, but it is. Sometimes you just want to kind of. You're kind of glad that you're getting away from it. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to. That sounds terrible, like, oh, I'm going to just go away, so it's not my problem anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the water you dip your feet in won't be the Gulf when you're in San Diego. And, you know, that doesn't make it better for the Gulf and for the people in the Gulf and for my family and, you know, my hometown. But I mean, I am glad that I'm going to be dipping my foot in the Pacific of Ecuador in 2 months. And, well, I'm sure it has its own problems and, you know, it just feels like, I guess I just feel like I've been led away. And by the Coliseum going down yesterday and then the Gulf's all messed up right now. I just feel like I'm being led away. So I just thought maybe, didn't know if that was an issue for you. But anyway.
Well, I don't think, not relative to the oil spill in particular.
Yeah.
Just in the way that life is here and has always been. You know, everyone always complains about this town being kind of backward and just kind of stuck in its rut. And even though the Coliseum has finally come down, and that's sort of been a symbol of everything that's wrong with this town for a long time, you know. And it's finally down, but now it's still just still a gaping hole.
Yeah. Ground zero.
Like ground zero, exactly. And it'll probably stay that way with the same bickering back and forth over what's going to happen to it.
Yeah.
That's been going on. That's
How
the same
long-
bickering
how long
about
have
what
they
to do with it.
How long have they been disagreeing? 10 years? Something like
I
that?
don't even know. Longer than I've been in this town, so.
Well, but when I opened up my business in '98, it was still open and operating.
Oh,
I think, didn't the Ice Rays, the hockey team, weren't they operating over there? Yeah, that was during our stay, but then at some point it became vacant. I just think it's crazy that thing came down the day we signed our contract yesterday. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway, so we had that cool plane ride, and then we ate burgers, and then we went to my vegetarian restaurant, and
And I had a latte.
And you had a latte.
Feeling the latte.
And then we came here to talk about your moving out.
My departure.
And my husband stayed home with the baby. And and then we're going to take a little break, and then tonight we're going to our friend Lilo's bonfire on the beach. The Bach bonfire.
The Bach bonfire, yes.
Yeah.
So you think...
She spelled beach wrong.
Yeah. You think...